panelist number 10, Mr. Yap Yensi, to present about his entrepreneurial journey and his business.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm actually very humbled to be here tonight because after listening to the story shared by my other finalists, I'm very impressed by the achievements they've had so far, because my company actually, and my involvement with this company has been barely a year. So basically, what we do is we are a healthcare company and we treat people with pain. And we are simultaneously the youngest company here and also the oldest. And the oldest because my grandfather was treating people with pain for over 75 years, ever since he came to Malaysia here to spread martial arts. So what do? We solve people's muscle and joint problems. And examples are chronic back problems, knee pain, osteoarthritis or OA, frozen shoulders, that's something a lot of you will suffer from very soon because of your office work, sprains, sports injuries, and we do rehab for post-surgery and motor accident injuries. This is the main problem with the current options, which is that they treat symptoms and they're temporary and they have pretty adverse side effects. And these are painkillers that doctors generally prescribe. And then when they decide not to give you painkillers, they'll tell you to go to physiotherapy. And healing is an extremely slow process in physiotherapy. So what is our solution? Sorry, this is technical issues here. So, sorry, I've been told to do a timeout, but basically what we do is we combine Chinese medicine with physiotherapy. This presentation is actually more about my business rather than about myself, so maybe I'll just speak a bit about myself. I grew up with this business, going to my dad's clinic, but this was actually never my field of interest. I left Malaysia when I was about 17. I left for the UK and I studied economics, and then I decided to go on to do a master's degree in finance in the US. So after my degree in finance, I worked in New York for 5 years in what they call private equity investing. And that basically means you look for companies in whether it's a public or private company, you study it and then you decide to take it private to make it better. And then after 5 years of doing that, I started an internet company in the US with some partners. And basically that business is currently being run by my partners in New York right now. So if this is working. Part of the issue with this is right now, because I'm using a PDF as opposed to a PowerPoint. So it seems like the PDF is not working so well. So, okay, anyway. Okay, so this is what we do. We are generally seen as a last resort solution. People tend to try out many different treatments before they come to see us. And that's because there's a general skepticism about using alternative medicine for treatments. And in my view, the reason I actually got involved, because I generally have a very skeptical frame of mind, But the reason I got involved in this is because I believe that there is no such thing as alternative medicine. There's just medicine that works and medicine that doesn't. And in the case of alternative, what's seen as alternative or traditional medicine, there is actually a very rich history in terms of how these medicines came about. So if you think about like how they discovered the cure for malaria, which is quinine, which is something that was discovered by the Amazonian folk doctors. Those doctors must have tried many different herbs, many different barks, roots, on generations of people. Took extremely long trial and error experimentations to come up with a solution that worked. And similarly, what happened here is that our history in martial arts, which is where people got injured in China, resulted in a therapy over hundreds of years that actually works. So these formulas were passed down the generations of people who are the generations of martial arts grandmasters, which included my grandfather, and basically brought here. So the main thing was that with the challenge with this business is that it's seen as a very one-man show. I mean, it has to be the Chinese sensei is basically the guy who's running the clinic. So the challenge was, how do you transform that into a scalable business? So from 1979 to 2012, this is when my father started the business, and up till the point when he ran it, it was just one clinic. It was basically a one-man show in this clinic in Oakland Road. There were no changes to the premises for over 30 years, and it was a customer base that was loyal but limited, and the business was not scalable. Today, as I said, it's just been a year, but we have changed the protocol so that we actually treat people in a comprehensive way. We hire physiotherapists, and these physiotherapists are they graduate every year, so there's a constant supply of them. The customer base has expanded because now we get not just the Chinese community, but Malays and Indians and all sorts of races coming to see us, because pain is a very universal problem. Everyone has pain, and the business model is scalable. So just some operational results. Revenues grew, in a year 500%. We have treated hundreds of new patients. We've expanded our employees from the 2, my mom and dad, to 17. We've got 3 treatment centers now, and it's a franchisable model. Our future plans to launch a new gel, pain relief product, and over-the-counter OTC gel. We're going to add 2 new centers soon, and we're exploring a franchise model. This is a bit of a background about myself. I studied economics at Cambridge. I did a master's in finance in Princeton, and as I said, 5 years in private equity, and started this company called Individual Digital in New York City with some partners, and came back to Malaysia in 2011 and started this. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yap Jens.